Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different aspects to the Star Wars franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen and in the current canon material. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is going to deliver a lot of revelations that's going to make us view The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a totally different way, especially for the characters of Rey and KYLO Ren in this story, and exactly how we view these characters in this film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting and intense for the character of Darth Revan. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of KYLO Ren inside of his chambers, where it's described that he is sitting down and holding all of the pieces of his mask that he destroyed during the events of Episode 8. It said that some of the troopers collected the pieces of course, KYLO Ren's mask and stored them on Kylo's shuttle at the end of The Last Jedi, where it's described that in the background, KYLO Ren has many different artifacts stored on various shelves, one of which is described to be the mask of Revan that appears to be rusted and damaged. Additionally, it's described that KYLO Ren based his helmet design off of Revan's design after discovering it in the Dark Spire, before the events of The Force Awakens, where Kylo requested the Forger to base his mask design on Revan's mask. It said that this is Disney and Lucasfilm's attempt at making Revan canon in Star Wars under Disney, and could be a big indicator of this character showing up in the new trilogy. This is also said to be an in-universe explanation as to why Kylo's mask is very similar, and also JJ's way of introducing Revan into the canon material. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that a part of the rewrites for the months of November and December of 2018 included a lot of connections to the upcoming new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and by far, this is the biggest hint of Revan actually being in the new trilogy throughout the 2020s that kickstarts in 2022. So I want to go over Revan's mask, and what's really intriguing about this is that this is Disney's attempt at making Revan canon and familiar with, of course, new and, of course, casual Star Wars fans around the world. Now, what I love about this is that this is such a beloved character in the expanded universe. I don't know if you guys know about him, but in case you guys didn't, go ahead and check out Darth Revan. You can really see the similarities to the character of KYLO Ren. Now, of course, out-universe. There's an out-universe answer as to why Kylo's mask looks very similar to that of Revan's, and that is because J.J. Abrams actually knows about Darth Revan. Now they're doing an in-universe answer as to why KYLO Ren's mask actually looks like Darth Revan's, and that all has to do with the Forger and the Dark Spire. So let's explain and let's go into this in greater depth here. So it's actually said that KYLO Ren traveled to the actual Dark Spire at one point in time before the events of The Force Awakens, and in the Dark Spire, KYLO Ren discovered the mask of Revan that was being held by the Forger for many, many years. Hundreds of years, we're talking. Now, what's really intriguing about this is that KYLO Ren requested the Forger to base his mask design off of Darth Revan's mask design, and that's the in-universe answer. In other words, that's the in-story answer as to why KYLO Ren's mask is very similar to Revan's. So now they're really expanding. Now they're really trying to make the characters of Kylo and Rey, etc., connected to characters from the Old Republic. In fact, this is not the only hint of Darth Revan becoming canon. The other one of which is in The Last Jedi with Luke Skywalker's red kyber crystal necklace, in which it's said that it was actually once a part of the Jedi Crusaders. And in Legends, Darth Revan was one of the leaders of the Jedi Crusaders. So now you can really see where things are really going for Episode 9 and what they're really trying to do with The Rise of Skywalker. Now, like I said before, during the rewrites of this movie, a lot of connections were made, a lot of Easter eggs were thrown in to the future new Star Wars trilogy, pre-Easter eggs, if you will, where a lot of us probably won't be able to see what Easter eggs of the new trilogy will be inserted into The Rise of Skywalker until the actual film drops in 2022, where we can finally look back at Episode 9 and see what exact connections were really made. but this by far is the most obvious one that's going to be very easy to point out. Darth Revan's mask, very iconic within the EU. I don't know if you guys followed it throughout the early 2000s, but Darth Revan is a very iconic character. He's basically a mixture of course, KYLO Ren and Darth Caedus to a certain extent, if you want to look at it that way, or vice versa. That's what KYLO Ren is based off of, Darth Revan and Darth Caedus. So that's the great thing about this film. You can see that Disney, they're trying to go above and beyond with this movie. They're throwing in a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of reference material, as well as a lot of revelations, such as this of making this character canon in The Rise of Skywalker, and the biggest hint of all as of right now. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.